Anyway.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
We are here doing the Doctor Strange review.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be the negative Nancy in this batch. Last time we did video like this, we kind of all agreed.
Yeah.
Well, except for you. You weren't here.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Chris is here this time. Chris is joining us in the car.
Welcome back!
Yay!
He's on the Walking Dead podcast.
Yeah, thanks for making me not look like an asshole there, buddy.
Well, he's on the Walking Dead after show with me. This is the second time you've shot with him. But,
yeah, I know.
He's just putting in that this is the second time you've been in this.
Then Sean from Barrio, Trudy from Shayna will slash.
Barrio?
Barrio.
Am I from New York now? Am I officially in the barrio?
Yeah.
Maybe you were chilled in the sanctum in the movie and we didn't see you.
I could be part of some Beastie Boys songs if that's the case, so I might be down for that.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it. Sean?
Before we get into it, spoilers. So if you haven't
Spoilers.
seen it,
Yeah, this is going to be spoilers all the way.
Over this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert right here.
AKA Jared.
You know what? You guys go ahead because you really enjoyed this movie. I will say that I enjoyed the visual aesthetics of this movie a lot.
I did.
Oh, it was
This
so amazing.
movie looked really, really, really cool.
Definitely the movie to see in 3D.
I kind of want to disagree. There's so much happening, the 3D almost becomes obnoxious at some points. And I just felt that not having to focus on that sometimes would make that a much more enjoyable experience.
I found it immersive.
I guess.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if the 2D, 3D would... How much of a difference it would
I might go
make.
back and see this in 2D. I might have a better experience because there is a lot to take in with this movie. There's a lot
Especially when he
there's a lot to
starts
see.
going through the dimensions.
Yeah, the dimension jumping is ridiculously out there.
I kind of thought that there's not a lot of plot to this movie.
Nah, it seemed like it was focused on the visual.
Yeah, which isn't always a good thing.
Well, it was very like the Doctor Strange tale, like he's the surgeon that injures his hand.
The devil's in the details for me. So, like I say, for broad strokes, let's get everybody else's opinion out the way. Jared?
I think what Sean's saying is if they're going to do a Doctor Strange movie, they have to do it right.
I felt the first part was really good. It's just...
At the end
we
there,
jump into very much a constant ending. It kind of seemed like the second and the third act were just like one act altogether.
Yeah.
Like you had a little bit of space and a little bit of stuff thrown in there I didn't get, but altogether I liked it. It just kind of seemed like it was
out too
rushed.
far.
Like I expected this to be like a 2.5 hour to 3 hour movie, and its runtime was maybe 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, we went in at 11:45.
We got out at 12:50. Like
no, because it's 2:10 right now.
The credits started rolling at 1:50.
We stayed at the credits.
So and we stayed through the credits. So I mean,
it's just over 2 hours then.
Previews taken out, it's 2 hours flat. Just about.
I would almost say it's about 10 minutes too long. If you were to trim about 10 minutes out,
that's what did it for you. That 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that if you were to trim 10 minutes out, you probably wouldn't notice it, grand scheme,
I feel
and
like the ending,
you would probably be able to put a few more things in place.
I feel like the ending was stretched
anyway.
out. Yeah.
Like, what's your biggest beef with this thing?
My biggest beef is mostly the characters. The Ancient One and Mordo kind of had their ideals flipped. Mordo should very much have been the one who was pushing Strange harder and pushing him, like when she takes him out to Everest and leaves him there.
Yeah.
That should have been Baron Mordo.
Instead of him being like, come on.
Well, Mordo in the comics, like, just did not like Strange.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is this would very much be a better movie if that hatred were already there. Like, he has this dislike of him because he sees him surpassing him so quickly. He didn't think he was worthy to be there in the first place. And so that's kind of where I think that's my big first problem, is that Baron Mordo was not Baron Mordo. He was just a guy.
I thought
You seen him get jelly though when she made him the master of New York. He's like,
yeah, but
what?
that's like the first time you have
he got in
any
his feelings for a
inclination of
second.
that.
I didn't even know he was Mordo until I
Yeah,
looked
because
it
he
up.
was pushing
Yeah.
to
Because
bring
I
him in
thought
there.
the main villain was Mordo the whole time.
Well, you'd
Like,
figure when
through
you
the
have
trailers and all that.
have Baron Mordo in there, it's like, okay, there's two big names in the Doctor Strange bad guy universe. That's Dormammu and Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
And we got Dormammu, who kind of looks really cool, I'm gonna admit. But
That face, man.
I thought it was pretty darn good.
I like that it was
very
the
much-
classic Dormammu on
Yeah.
fire.
Well, it kind of has that flaming radiance
Yeah.
about it, which, you know,
It's kinda like a
I'm kind
purple
of
flaming
I'm down
radiance.
with. No, I didn't like the whole flip flopping the Master, the Ancient One, and Mordo attitude towards training Stephen Strange. This was not Stephen Strange.
How was it not?
This was not Stephen Strange. Where do we get the fact that he's an asshole?
He's
He's been in
been a
that.
He's a
dick.
dick, yeah, but in the comics, I mean, he was like number one in his game. You don't see that outside of like one thing, but the main thing about that is he sacrificed everything else in his life. He sacrificed personal relationships. He sacrificed anything outside of himself. And we don't really get that. So that fall from him being the absolute best and having no one there because he shunned everyone away is just kind of lightly hinted at.
Yeah.
Like, girl's still kind of talking to him and everything.
Yeah, and even then
Yeah.
it doesn't really affect him that bad until he's just like at his lowest point.
I think the movie did it, or the cartoon a couple of years ago.
That's what I was about
did
to say.
it
If
a
you
little bit better.
actually want a really, really good version of Doctor Strange, go watch the Marvel animated cartoon that they
That
made.
was-
That's actually what I watched before we seen this.
I thought
It's
it
actually
should've-
pretty darn good.
I thought it should have followed that storyline.
That was fine.
a
and
little bit
that was
more.
kind of what I was expecting because that was a really good template
Someone
for
like
that.
me, I never really read the comics, so I got cartoons is mainly the thing.
Well, you really don't
I
have to.
had
That's a
go
very
on.
good adaptation. Is the cartoon version that we're talking about?
Like I grew up with all the
Right.
the X-Men and Spider-Man and just cartoons. I've seen
Right.
all the Marvel cartoons and stuff when I worked at the video store.
But yeah, he was just like laughing and joking around like way too
yeah.
much. I'm like, this is not a man who is basically single-minded devotion to his craft. This is Star-Lord with a purpose.
My biggest beef was the Eye of Agamotto being an Infinity Stone.
I told him that like halfway there. I was
Yeah.
like, "It's an Infinity Stone, bro." He was like, "Nah."
It's the
Yeah,
Time Stone.
I think
It's
I don't
the
think they
Time
really
Stone.
I don't think they really needed that to be in there. That could have very much been something else.
The Eye of
We
Agamotto has.
need one more.
No, you
For
don't. You
Infinity
can-
Wars. We need one more.
You can tie him in there by having him be like at the end where he's helping Thor deal with Loki, and that's how you tie it in.
Maybe
Another one,
you
though.
like if
Still
they
missing
had
one.
had like maybe two no the Eye of Agamotto is Strange's medallion that allows him to do a bunch of the stuff he does. It's never been an Infinity Stone, and I don't know how they're gonna make
They
it
just tried
work
to kind of horse
without
That's another
him.
thing. You gotta go with someone
Unless
like you
he
that read the
forges a
comics. It works perfect for
different
me.
type of eye.
Maybe he will. I don't.
I just did not.
Is that your phone that's been going off all throughout the freaking show?
No, that's someone walking by. That.
Was that your phone?
No, my phone was off the entire time.
Yeah.
It really
Anyway.
was off.
No, his phone was off during the
I think
movie.
somebody
That was-
behind us was doing it.
Yeah, some dude kept like
seeing a flashing
shooting a
light.
light behind, like between me and Chris.
And
What a
behind
dick.
me too. I kept seeing that. I'm like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
No, there was just Doctor Strange really didn't act like Doctor Strange. There was way too much slapstick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. That was like,
I love the cape wiping his tears though when he was crying.
that's what I'm sitting there. I'm like, why is this here?
He's like the Garbett from Aladdin, man.
This
He
is.
is. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I got flashbacks to Star Wars the prequels where you would jump from somebody mourning the death of a loved one to, oh, happy little fun thing. And it's just like, there's a thing called timing.
Yeah.
That you want to have.
Like farting during a funeral.
Yeah, and it's like, that's basically what I kept thinking is like, this is one long fart scene at a funeral, and it's like, can we do something else?
I'm glad they kept like a big love story out of it. I didn't.
I thought that's what
I got enough.
I hope they had kept it out entirely, but unfortunately they have to have it in there for dumb people want the love story, I guess, is the best way to describe
I'm glad
that.
they kept it as simple as they kept it. I didn't want some massive...
You could have cut that entire part out and it wouldn't have affected anything.
Not really.
It seems like they kind of just like hoarded.
I think that was the person they put in there to kind of humanize, like you said, this man like lost everything, and I guess she was kind of like the example of that.
I didn't feel the devastation though. When
That's another
She was
part.
like, "You're a dick. I'm done."
Yeah, and he's just like, well, fine, I'm leaving you too. And then it's like, oh, he still has connection to her.
I felt like I should have felt more when he seen his hands for the first time.
Yeah, he didn't seem that devastated. He just
It should have been him in the room by himself, not
He
her
just
there.
kind of was like,
Like, or maybe just some generic doctor.
Yeah.
He's like, what'd you do?
Uh,
And he's like, she's like, da, da, da.
I
What'd
kind of tuned out right after he was laying there in the bed, and he's like, they did all they could, and he's like, no one could have done better. I could have done better. I was just like,
done better.
well, yeah, this is going to be that kind of movie.
Man, I love the magic fighting though. Like,
especially
the
that looked good.
You know, like
that
when she
looked
does
really good.
I love the magic shields and the magic weapons and everything.
Like, the story in this, we'll all agree, was very kind of meh. But the visuals and the magic and the choreography.
If you want a visual
on
spectacle, then yes,
point.
this is a really, really good movie. But I'm sorry,
I think you're on the Marvel slow burn. Like, you're on the Marvel burn right now. We've had so much.
I'm starting
of
to
it.
get burned out, and this was not a very good story. It was not.
what you
I
want.
think this is the last origin.
The first movie is usually really well written, you know.
Well,
and you have to do that to introduce a new
Hopefully,
character.
they've said this is pretty much the last origin story Marvel will do.
I hope so, and I never actually thought I'd say this. I kind of want someone else to be Doctor Strange now.
Really?
Cumberbatch was good, and I don't know if this was him or if this was the writing, and I have a feeling it was probably leaning towards the writing. He may not be as good a Doctor Strange as I and everyone else had initially hoped.
I don't know about
liked him as
that.
Doctor Strange.
I mean,
I don't
when
know
he's
anyone
doing,
else who could play this role.
When he's really, never say that. There's always someone else.
I mean, he kind of creeped me out as Sherlock Holmes, but I thought he did good as Strange. He
But-
didn't weird me out as much.
I don't know. I get maybe it's because I've seen him for so long as Sherlock, and I really do like that show.
That's probably
But
it.
no, I try and train myself to accept an actor in any role he comes to, and this one just really, really didn't work for me. And again, I don't know if it was the writing or if it was
Maybe
like his
it's just 'cause
delivery.
you didn't like the movie
It probably.
because you were groaning through the whole movie. I heard it.
I'm not gonna say I was groaning through the whole thing, because again, I really did enjoy the visuals and the fights and everything. That looked really, really good.
Yeah.
There were just a lot of really dumb jokes that didn't need to be in here.
They needed another Infinity Stone, so they're like, bam. there
Didn't
we
need
go.
another Infinity Stone, and
They needed it, though. They still got one.
the
more.
characterization I
Wow.
felt was just kind of
Probably garbage.
awkward
Can we
and
talk
awkward to
I
bad.
think we need to have his side of it because he's someone who hasn't really read the comics.
Yes, you're the outsider.
He's the one who hasn't really.
As someone who
experienced the
hasn't
comics.
experienced the comics that much, or
We
at
need
all
a
in
good
this case,
side of this. What did you think about
what did
it?
you think?
Visually, I loved it, you know, and I really liked the fighting, the magic fighting, like the magic shields, and like when she was just doing all that kind of stuff. I did. It's been a while since I've seen the cartoon. I think the cartoon did it better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much. It just seems like, you know, they wanted Doctor Strange to throw him into like the Avengers, Infinity War, whatever. You know, get it all together. They needed another Infinity Stone, So they slipped that in there on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. And, it didn't have a real strong story. They just wanted to get Doctor Strange into the universe. it seemed
Yeah.
like,
It seems like they kind of slapped it together a little bit.
His
But
Which is really,
visually, it was amazing.
really sad because you could do a really rich Doctor Strange story.
The music was good.
the
Eh.
the ending though.
orchestrated music.
The ending though, like how he resolved the
I
situation,
did.
did seem like a very strange thing that, like a Doctor Strange thing to do.
No, the ending felt fine, if a bit rushed.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, I'm sure they probably shot
demon
him
thing was
dying
stupid.
like many different ways, but
yeah,
They couldn't
no,
do,
I
like,
like
20
I like the
minutes of
idea
his
of him
death.
using the time loop, and that being how you defeat Dormammu, and telling him, like, look, just get your guys out of here, and I'll let you out of the time loop.
I mean, is he like indestructible? Can he just roll around with that at all times now, though? Like,
I don't know. I kind of wish that we had a better resolution to fighting and
didn't
beating the
really?
bad guy, other
didn't really
than
attack
setting
him.
a respawn point.
why did that dude remember it every time? Was he only just resetting himself?
because
or
time
something?
doesn't exist in there.
Time doesn't exist there.
Time didn't
Okay.
exist in that universe, but he set himself on an infinite respawn schedule, basically.
Yeah, and again, I was just like, so what you did was you hit a quick save,
Yeah.
and you just keep respawning.
Yeah.
Got it. In PC terms, that's known as weak ass. So,
In Magic Universe terms,
I-
that's saving the day, though.
yeah, again, it just feels like a really rushed and not quite as well written out story to it.
Yeah, I thought the villain was a weird choice because he's very much a very big, like, side character.
Right.
He's not even.
Well, again, this
A
would have
big
been
deal.
really easy to solve. Is you just basically take the story they did in the cartoon
Throw it on.
and throw it on the big screen and adapt it.
Yeah.
You could have kept all your visuals. You could have kept all your main people. Just follow that story. You would have been fine.
Yeah, like what
Yeah.
happened to all those extra cool people that were in the cartoon? Like they had people that had like specific powers in the cartoon, and they just weren't in the movie.
No.
No,
They had the guy with the red shield on him, and then there was a couple other folks. They
they
pretty much
died
got
off
it right
panel.
in the beginning.
they died off panel.
Yeah.
It's like in Shield does off-screen.
Yeah. Speaking of which, this destroys one of your theories about them sending Simmons to deal with this.
There's nothing really that I don't know how this would.
I'm not seeing
Oh,
this.
Easter egg, guys. Remember how when he was in the car and they're sending him patients, and they're like, "Yeah, somebody with a lower spinal cord injury from
Yeah,
testing the suit from the Iron Man
Iron
thing when
Man
it turned
2.
around."
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"He survived, by the way." I was like, that's exactly what I thought about. When
Yeah, I was like, okay, so that kind of gives us a time frame for when this
that
happens.
shit
So
was funny though. If that's what
I
you're talking
was
about.
I kind of chuckled at that. I was like, oh, all right, that's cool. That was just before I lost all hope and everything.
What was it talking about?
Remember in Iron Man when he's showing he takes Tony to court, and then he starts showing how they're like testing the suits, and the dude's in the suit
From Hammer
and
Tech?
the top half twists all the way
okay,
around.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't pick
That
up
guy
on that?
survived, by the way. But, like,
They were talking
Yeah.
about it.
yeah, when he was sending him different patients, that was like one of them. He was like testing some kind of experimental suit of armor, lower spinal
Okay.
cord injury. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah, I was kind of like, really? We had to throw in he survived? I mean, that's fine. But,
He's like, that's not something I want to tell.
I mean, we know the reference, so it was a throwaway character. You didn't have to say whether he was alive or not. We're assuming he survived because you called him to operate on the
no,
guy.
he said that in the Iron Man movie. Oh boy, leaned in. He was like, "Oh, I just want to let y'all know that guy survived." By the way.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
was in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this was kinda-
I forgot that. My apologies. My apologies.
So, what, other than pretty much that, what did you think about the end credits?
Which one? Because we got two to choose
We
from.
usually get to.
Do we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only one that there hasn't been two in was The Avengers and the Avengers 2.
Okay.
The rest of them had too. Like Ant-Man had the Falcon.
I didn't see Ant-Man.
I know the recent ones did.
I guess that everybody's aware that Loki is now Odin then, because they say Odin's gone missing, and it's
I think so. They've said Ragnarok's gonna kind of throw
like, I
part
thought
of the
he
Dark
took his
World
spot.
out. I don't know.
I don't know.
So it means we might see Doctor Strange in the Thor movie, and then
Hinting at it.
there's definitely was the setup of
Because he said, "Let's go
Mordo.
find him."
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
very Sherlock Holmes too. That whole scene.
Yeah,
Very
there was that, and there was Mordo. Then apparently he's like wizard killer now.
Yeah.
well, he didn't kill the guy; he
Sorcerer
just
killer.
stole his
Give me your
powers.
power.
Your power is
I
mine.
was about to say, could we get a Shang Tsung out of you?
And then that guy was just like,
I swear, I will make that face your Twitter profile.
Jared.
His hands the other way, man.
Jared, you got to do it again because there wasn't as.
Your hands
There
the
you
other
go.
way,
That
dog.
was the face.
Put your hands the other way.
Put your hands all the way in. Like this.
that's what he looked like.
It was like,
Oh, like he shriveled back up because apparently that guy just used magic.
You look like Jabba the Hutt trying to do the Thriller dance.
you got to do the face too, Jared.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Welcome to the internet, Jared, where no shame exists for anyone there. No,
I love haters. Talk shit.
I
I love it.
just don't think this was a very strong movie for as much as they hyped it.
There was definitely a lot of hype.
There was a
I
lot of
don't
hype.
think it should have been the Marvel movie we ended the year on.
Yeah, I definitely think this. I'm gonna have to borrow a Red Letter Media term and say this should have been a "fuck you, it's January" movie, because this movie isn't that good, and it really should have been the movie they shove into the middle of January, where
Ant-Man
things.
wasn't that great either.
No, but it wasn't the closer of the
We
year
had
either.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was hilarious.
Paul Rudd's fine.
That movie was funny.
But yeah, no, I definitely get the feeling that this should have been pushed back a little bit because it's
I've
not
seen-
that strong.
I've seen worse Marvel movies.
I've seen worse as well. We
Baskin
went to go
Robbins
see
Always finds out, bro.
Huh?
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
when we went to go see Iron Man 3.
That movie was.
That's an
turd.
awful movie, and I had a free ticket, and I was like, well, I kind of wish I'd saved my free ticket now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, old girl was supposed to be like the main villain in that too at the very end, and they kind of just cut out her whole thing. The botanist girl or whatever that helps him, she was supposed to be revealed as like the villain at the end of that. So she says in interviews and shit. They said they cut her out. She's supposed to be the secret villain. You know who I'm talking about?
No,
That girl.
The girl, the scientist that came up with the crap.
Yeah, who brings the whole thing up. to
I
them.
haven't seen Iron Man 3 since we went to see it in that theater.
The girl from the party that finds him that the dude is hunting down.
I know who you're talking about.
The
but
one Pepper's super fucking jealous of.
I know who you're talking about, but
Barely remember
I
her.
barely remember her.
That's
Jared,
'cause
do
she
not
was
put your keys
forgettable.
in the
I just
car.
seen the thing in
Was
an
it?
interview. She said that she was mad because they cut out pretty much her biggest part of the movie. She was supposed to be revealed as like the big villain in the end. I don't know how. But
Maybe that's where DC got its idea for the Joker and how to handle him in movies. Like, cut out this person out of Iron Man 3. Maybe if we cut out one of our big bad guys out of a movie, it'll be that much more
Well,
interesting.
see, Heath Ledger. All
Movies
dudes were
the
like, that's
Marvel
cool.
way.
Fucking Jared Leto is more of a female Joker. Like all the females love the Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, because how can you resist a man with a happy face tattooed on the back of his hand going,
And on his stomach, And
Don't
on his
forget the face
wherever
tattoo.
else he's got.
Yeah, tons of face tattoos.
He
Let's
apparently...
not talk about.
Yeah, let's not go
Let's
in.
not
Let's
talk
not
about
go into
DC.
Suicide Squad
He does got the
again.
dead Robin tattoo. I like that one.
No
The
Suicide
Robin
Squad.
with the arrow through it.
No Suicide Squad, damn it!
Suicide Squad.
Nope.
But
You don't kill as many people as I have and sleep like a kitten, but feel some shit like love.
Okay, you got anything else to say, man?
I'm just gonna say this. They're really gonna have to try damn hard to get the next Marvel movie to actually make me give a shit at this point.
Guardians of
What?
the Galaxy?
Is-
you ready for that?
Is it Galaxy 2 or Black Panther?
Probably Galaxy 2, don't you think?
I think,
thought it
yeah,
was
they were
Galaxy 2.
advertising it at the beginning.
I like James Gunn and I like what he did, so I'm gonna give that one a try. And hopefully that one will be the one that lets me go like, yeah, I had fun.
That's always the movie to swoop in and like save it. like,
Pratt's the
Honestly,
funniest
yeah,
superhero
because
out there.
I kind of had this feeling after Iron Man 3
and then
and
Guardian,
Captain America 2 Winter Soldier, I was like, yeah, God, just stop.
and I
And then
was
Guardians
like,
of the Galaxy came out, and I was like,
see Guardians, dude. Guardians is gonna be great.
I
and
went
you're
and
like,
saw it on your recommendation. I was like, that was a lot of fun.
I mean, I think he's funnier than Deadpool, man.
I don't know about that.
Thou shalt not speak blasphemy in this reviewing call.
Fuck this shit. Thumbs down.
Yeah, you just got us all of the hate on the internet. It's like, what that fucker say? All the thumbs down.
Jared, you might have more
87
thumbs
reasons
down
why
now. You'll be
Deadpool's
fine.
better than you.
Hey, Deadpool doesn't exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Which is damn
Okay.
sad.
It's okay.
Which is sad.
I
Hey,
mean,
man,
he might
you
break
know,
the fourth wall
they
and
might
talk to
bring
him one
in.
day.
They're still
Never
talking
know.
about putting Tom Hardy as Wolverine, and I think if they do that, they'll try to make some kind of deal where the new X-Men are part of the whole Marvel universe.
Well, here's hoping anyway.
If they were gonna do that, the only time I see that they could have like done a universe mesh would have been Days of Future
I'm not even
Past.
talking about them meshing. I'm talking about them completely starting over on X-Men and using Tom Hardy as Wolverine.
Well, you never know. That
Putting it in-
might
putting it in
that
this universe.
might be what happens when we deal with this Logan movie.
Maybe.
Either way, guys.
Never know.
Or I mean, they were talking.
Yes,
Strange was talking
either
about
way,
a multiverse.
Either way, yeah,
so
the multiverse. So hopefully that's what leads us all back in. So
maybe.
yeah, I didn't have a lot of fun at this. Like I say,
did.
visually it was really, really good. Story wise, there's not enough there. See if I can put this the way I put it when I sent a text off. The plot is about deep enough that if you're an ant, you could scurry through it. It's about as deep as a puddle in the middle of July
Okay.
for an ant to scurry across.
Oh.
So,
It's about as shallow as the hills have eyes gene pool.
I don't think I'd go that far. That's pretty damn low right there. This had some depth to it. This had some potential.
It's not the worst Marvel movie out there.
Not by
but
far.
It's not
It's-
the best. Visually,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I'd give it about a 7.
I'd say a 3 out of 5.
I'd 7 out of 10. So roughly the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'd
Depending
say,
on what you're wanting more, if you want more of a visual experience, then yes, this is fine.
See in 3D.
Lola's gonna love it.
Again, I'm not real sure about the whole 3D aspect,
Yeah.
but
She's been waiting to see the cake. She was running around with a red towel around her neck the other day, jumping on trampoline and shit.
the cape was cool. Again, there's just that slapstick that's randomly shoved in there, and I'm just like, why the hell is this here? What's going on?
each person has an item that comes to them, and you will learn to use it. Find your own in time. It
How
chooses
jelly would you be if you had those boots? You're like, yeah, these boots, I can pretty much, and then he just comes in with a cape flying. You're like, oh.
well,
Yeah.
I like the
what?
boots though. I've liked the boots ever since that one movie with Shannon Tatum. You know?
Jupiter Ascending?
Yeah, I want some of them boots, dog.
I'm out. I'm out on Jupiter Ascending. That's
He
it.
just-
Review over. We're done. We're,
Skating and shit.
nope. Nope.
John, come back.
Yeah.
The boots, Sean.
No.
The boots are amazing.
I will not sit here and listen to Channing Tatum as a wolfman with wings.
Gambit, dog. He's gonna be Gambit.
Come back.
Me, I know I have a kid.
Out! Hit the stop button!
He's from Louisiana, though, right? Maybe you can pull it off.
I enjoyed Jupiter Ascending.
All right, yeah. And on that note, guys, Trudy enjoys terrible movies sometimes.
You're gonna die tonight.
Didn't even begin to cover that.
We will see you guys next time. Overall, it was okay. You can go see it.
Okay, not great.
3D way to go. Definitely 3D way to go.
And, yep. All right, guys. Later.
Later.